Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
We have with us Union Road Transport, Highways and MSME Minister Nitin Gadkari to speak to us about the first post-pandemic budget of the Modi government. Sir, what according to you are the three main highlights of the budget presented by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today?
Actually, this is the first budget in the history of our country which is giving highest priority for development of infrastructure in the country. And first time, the monetization of the projects, this is a new idea, a new economic vision given by the finance minister to the country, by which whatever the airports, railway, electric lines, roads, which already constructed by government money, we are going to monetize that, and where 1 rupees from government and 9 rupees from the public, private and getting fund from it, we can increase the speed of infrastructure by 3 times, 4 times more, and which is going to change the total scenario of Indian infrastructure. At the same time, it is going to create more employment potential, and it is very important to create world-class infrastructure to the country. So it's really a great thing, and that is the priority. The second thing, towards the socially, economically, educationally backward people, that is agriculture, rural, tribal and the forest area, and 115 aspirant district. Their development is very important because our ideology is commitment for socio-economic equality, and where government budget has giving priority for development of them, creating health services and in education, giving maximum facility to the backward area. That is to be a great thing. And the third important thing is giving 16 lakh crore in priority sector in agriculture for as a lending for purpose for dairy, for fisheries and for agriculture crops. So it is a great achievement. 1 lakh crore of infrastructure for agriculture. This is really a great thing. And the most important thing is, which the finance minister clearly cleared, that up till now government has given more than 3,50,000 crore for MSP. When the Swaminathan committee report already accepted by the government, every year we are fixing the policy by fixing the FRP for the crops, and on the basis of that we have given 3,50,000 crores additionally to the farmers. That is to be history, and this is the priority for the government, and it is on the basis of Antyodaya, the last people of the society who are socially, economically, educationally backward. This is the highest priority of the government. This clearly indicates from the budget of Nirmala Sitharaman ji.
So your ministry, Road Transport and Highways, has got a very big boost with allocation of 1 lakh 18 crore rupees, 1.18 lakh crore rupees, of which for the first time the highest ever capital of rupees 1.08 lakh crore has been given. So do you think that this will be enough to meet the huge projects that has been announced for the highways sector?
1 lakh 18,000 crore from the government, and we will raise 8 to 9 lakh crore from the capital market by different modes, and we will make the infrastructure of 10 lakh crore. So 100% I am confident. We are working on lot of projects in Bharatmala and different of the projects. I only request you that you go into any part of the country in any state, either it is ruled by any political party, you go and see and ask the people the question. Everywhere the road projects are already in the fast node, they are moving fast, and 100% within this 5 years, India will get the infrastructure of international standard, world standard.
So do you also think that this huge infra spending is going to fuel India's economic recovery post-pandemic?
100%. It is going to increase the liquidity in the market. It is going to create employment potential in the market, and it is going to support the MSME and the core industries, steel and cement. 100% by getting more turnover to the core industry. 100% there is a great economic impact on the economy, and this is going to help. The increase in liquidity in economy, this is exactly the biggest problem, which is a present problem because of COVID-19 we are facing.
One last question, sir. The finance minister also announced investment worth 1.93 lakh crore in 4 pole-bound states, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal and Assam, for developing road transport and highways. So do you think that, this will give the party a fillip in the coming elections?
Actually, this is not a politicalized statement. I am ready to give the details of all the states of the country. Everywhere I am doing more infrastructure work of 1 lakh, more than 1 lakh crore. You go into any state, probably in the northeast area, we are only working on 2 lakh crores of infrastructure, we are working on it. So it is everywhere. But finance minister has given just sample for 3-4 states. Even Uttar Pradesh, we are working on 2 lakh crores of infrastructure. Bihar, 2 lakh crore. We are making 6 bridges on Ganga in Bihar. So everywhere we are working. And we don't want to differentiate any state or any party or any people on any caste, creed, sex. We sabka saath, sabka vikas. That is the basic philosophy of our government.
So the long pending vehicle scrapping policy also got approved today. So how will it work and how will it help?
100% it is going to helpful for the automobile industry. It is going to increase our export. It is going to create more employment potential. It is going to reduce pollution because we have 1 crore vehicle, different type of vehicle, light, heavy. So because of old technology, they are creating pollution. So this is going to reduce our import also of crude oil. It is a win-win position. I am confident that because of this scrapping policy, the steel, aluminum, copper, rubber and plastic will be easily available with a low cost. And that is going to be the important effect that it is going to reduce the cost of the vehicle. So we will be more competitive and India will become a number 1 manufacturing hub of automobile industry in the world for electric car, ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, bio-CNG, electric and everything. And the most important thing is that the finance minister encouraging public transport. So 25,000 new buses we are going to add, and that probably that buses will be the electric buses. So again, it is going to reduce pollution. It can be a great thing for the country. The finance minister is giving more priority for metros, that is public transport on electricity. So giving priority for public transport, it is also a great thing for the country.
Like Mr. Gadkari said, the huge infra spending is going to fuel India's post-pandemic economic recovery. This is Maushumi Dasgupta from The Print.